There's a silent thief that begins draining your strength the moment you turn 50. It doesn't knock, it doesn't warn you, but one day you go to rise from a chair, and your legs feel like they've turned to stone. This isn't laziness. You're not weak, you're simply missing one critical nutrient your body urgently needs to rebuild what's slowly fading. Muscle, and the most powerful weapon against this silent muscle loss. One simple food, backed by science and trusted by experts, that may be your strongest defense against sarcopenia, a condition silently affecting nearly 1 in 3 seniors. The time to push back against muscle decline isn't tomorrow. It begins right now, right on your plate. 1. Lucin and eggs. There's a condition quietly attacking millions of seniors across the globe, and most don't even know it's happening. You won't hear about it on the evening news, and your doctor may never mention it during a routine checkup. But this hidden culprit is responsible for nearly half of all fall-related hospitalizations in adults over 65. It's called sarcopenia, the gradual, relentless loss of muscle mass, strength, and function as we age. And if you're over 60, you're already losing 1 to 2% of your muscle each year, unless you actively fight back. The warning signs are easy to dismiss at first. Heavier legs, struggling to rise from a chair, avoiding stairs, hesitating at a curb. But make no mistake, this isn't just aging. This is your body sounding an alarm, and here's the truth no one tells you. This decline isn't inevitable. It's not just what happens with age. In fact, science is clear. The root cause for many seniors is nutrient deficiency, not the passage of time. One nutrient in particular plays the lead role in the battle against muscle loss. Leucin, an amino acid that acts like a switch telling your body, it's time to grow stronger. Leucin has been used for decades by Olympic athletes, geriatric specialists, and performance nutritionists because of how powerfully it activates muscle regeneration. It's not just beneficial for muscles. It's essential for turning on the very process of muscle protein synthesis, the biological engine that rebuilds your strength. In 2022, researchers from the Journal of Gerontology published a stunning study. Seniors who ate leucin-rich foods every day regained 40% more leg strength in just 12 weeks, without changing their workouts. That's almost double the strength recovery compared to those who didn't include leucin in their diet. And this strength, it's not about bench presses or dumbbells. It's about standing up from bed unassisted. It's brushing your teeth while standing tall. It's walking confidently through the grocery store without a walker. Take George, for example. He's 73, a retired truck mechanic from Ohio who used to lift engines and haul parts. One winter, he slipped in his garage and couldn't get up, not from injury, but because his legs simply had no strength left. That terrifying moment changed everything. His wife had to call 911. Afterward, George avoided stairs, stopped going out alone, and lived in fear of the next fall. When he came to me, he wasn't looking for a pill. He wanted to rebuild what he'd lost. We didn't overhaul his entire life. We started with one change: breakfast. And to breakfast, we added one humble but powerful food. Rich in leucin, affordable, easy to prepare, and already in most kitchens. Eggs. Now, let's talk science. Each egg contains around 1-3 grams of leucin, making it one of the most effective and absorbable sources of this muscle-rebuilding amino acid. Why does that matter? Because as we age, our bodies respond less effectively to protein signals. That means seniors actually need more leucin per meal than younger adults to get the same muscle response. Most people get this wrong, especially at breakfast. Instead of starting the day with protein, many older adults eat toast, juice, or coffee. missing their best window to repair muscles after a night of fasting. But when you begin your morning with loose and rich food like eggs, you're sending your body a direct message. It's time to build strength again. In fact, a 2020 clinical trial from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that seniors over 65 who ate 2 eggs every morning, paired with a fiber-rich side like vegetables or whole grain toast, saw major improvements in leg strength, walking speed, energy, and balance after just 12 weeks. The other group who had toast and juice, no significant change. So why spend money on fancy supplements, processed shakes, or piles of meat at every meal? The answer could be sitting in your fridge for less than $1 per serving. The best part? Preparing eggs doesn't require a chef's skill. Just a few simple tips can maximize their benefits. Soft-boiled or poached, these gentle methods preserve more delicate amino acids, scrambled with olive oil and greens. Boosts absorption and adds antioxidants. Baked into veggie egg muffins. Portable, freezer-friendly, and easy to prep in batches. And here's a timing trick that matters more than most realize. Eat your eggs within an hour of waking up. After 8+ hours of overnight fasting, your muscles are primed to receive protein. And early nourishment is key to triggering muscle repair. Let me tell you about Helen, 77, a retired teacher from Arizona. After a fall in her garden left her afraid to walk alone, her confidence and strength crumbled. Her daughter wanted to avoid medication, so we made one small shift: breakfast. Instead of toast and coffee, Helen began eating 2 scrambled eggs with a bit of sautéed spinach and whole grain bread. Some days she added avocado, nothing complicated. Within 3 weeks, she noticed something. Her legs felt steadier, she stood up easier, and, best of all, she began walking her dog again without fear. That's the power of nutrient timing and the right fuel. And if you're still worried about cholesterol, the most up-to-date science from Harvard to the Mayo Clinic has officially cleared eggs for most adults. 1 to 2 eggs per day are considered safe and even beneficial, especially when paired with fiber and vegetables. The real risk? Muscle loss, not eggs. So tomorrow morning, instead of skipping breakfast or reaching for sugar, give your body what it's truly craving. A protein-rich, muscle-rebuilding message in the form of 2 simple eggs. Egg, it's not just breakfast. It's a signal to stay strong, stay mobile, and stay independent. 2. Greek yogurt. After age 60, building muscle isn't just about how much protein you eat. It's about how well your body absorbs and uses it. That's why your muscle recovery doesn't stop in the morning. What you eat at night matters just as much. And there's one creamy, cooling food that quietly works while you sleep, helping restore balance, strength, and stability. Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt isn't a trendy health food. It's a time-tested, nutrient-dense powerhouse used for generations in Mediterranean and Middle Eastern diets. It supports not just muscles, but bones, digestion, and long-term mobility. Why is this so important? Because the ability to absorb protein, not just consume it, is what separates those who maintain strength with age from those who lose it. The secret lies in Greek yogurt's casein protein, a slow-digesting protein that releases amino acids gradually, providing your muscles with a steady supply of fuel for hours. Unlike fast-digesting proteins, casein feeds your muscles while you sleep, precisely when the body enters its repair mode. A 2018 study in the Journal of Cachexia, Sarcopenia, and Muscle found that older adults who ate casein-rich dairy products before bed had significantly greater overnight muscle recovery and better balance and leg strength the next morning. That means one simple nighttime snack could help you stand steadier tomorrow morning. And that's just one benefit. Greek yogurt is also packed with probiotics. The good bacteria that nourish your gut, reduce inflammation, and improve nutrient absorption. Why does this matter for your muscles? Because if your gut isn't functioning properly, your body can't absorb the nutrients it needs. Leucine, protein, calcium, magnesium. To rebuild tissue and restore mobility. Think of it this way. Even if you're eating the right foods, a sluggish gut is like a broken delivery system. Greek yogurt helps fix that. Then there's calcium. One serving of Greek yogurt provides around 20% of your daily calcium needs, which is crucial for maintaining strong bones, protecting joints, and enabling proper muscle contractions. Because what good are strong muscles if the bones beneath them are weak? Let's look at a real story. Doris, 82, a retired florist from New Jersey, had been struggling for years with digestive discomfort, muscle fatigue, and constant pain in her ankles. Just walking a few blocks felt like a marathon. She assumed this was just old age. But when we reviewed her diet, something stood out. No dairy, no probiotics, very little protein at night. So we added one small thing. Every evening, half a cup of plain Greek yogurt, topped with flax seeds, blueberries, and a sprinkle of cinnamon. The change was almost immediate. Within 2 weeks, Doris reported that her digestion felt smoother. After 5 weeks, her legs felt stronger, like they were finally holding her up instead of dragging her down. By the end of 3 months, she was walking every morning, pain-free, and even joined a local Zumba Gold class. That's not just coincidence. That's what happens when you support the full muscle-bone-gut connection. Here's why Greek yogurt works so well for seniors. White heavy checkmark casein protein feeds muscles over several hours. White heavy checkmark probiotics enhance digestion and reduce systemic inflammation. White heavy checkmark calcium supports bones, joints, and muscle coordination. White heavy checkmark high protein per calorie. Most brands provide at least 15 g of protein per serving. White heavy checkmark low in lactose, easier to digest for older adults. And it's not just effective. It's practical. Here's what to look for: plain, unsweetened. Added sugars cause inflammation and work against your progress. At least 15 g of protein per serving. Check the nutrition label, live and active cultures. These probiotics are what power your gut. Full-fat options. They include fat-soluble vitamins like D and E, which are essential for nerve health and muscle control. Lactose-sensitive, no problem. Many Greek yogurt brands are now lactose-free or made from coconut, sheep's milk, or almonds, still delivering similar muscle-boosting benefits. The key is timing. Eat your Greek yogurt 30 to 60 minutes before bed. This allows your body to enter sleep mode with a steady stream of muscle-repairing amino acids, while probiotics go to work restoring your digestive health. You don't need to cook anything fancy. Just a small bowl with a few natural add-ins, like flaxseed for fiber, cinnamon for anti-inflammatory effects, and berries for antioxidants, creates a powerhouse nightcap. Think of this as your nighttime repair system. While you sleep, your muscles, bones, and gut are all quietly rebuilding. And as Doris showed us, sometimes rebuilding your strength doesn't mean lifting weights. It means lifting your spoon. So if eggs are your morning signal to grow, Greek yogurt is your evening whisper to recover. A simple, affordable, delicious food that strengthens you from the inside out. 3. Chia seeds. You've heard of protein for muscles, calcium for bones. But what about the wiring that connects it all? The hidden network that tells your muscles when to move, your feet when to shift, your legs when to balance. That's your nervous system. And as we age, it's one of the first things to slow down. The result? Slower reaction time, poor coordination, a subtle wobble when stepping off a curb, but nature offers an unexpected ally. Tiny, tasteless, and often overlooked, chia seeds pack a neurological punch far beyond their size. And maybe one of the simplest ways to sharpen your nerves, reduce inflammation, and protect your mobility. The magic starts with omega-3 fatty acids, specifically ALA, alpha-linolenic acid, found abundantly in chia seeds. These healthy fats help maintain the fluidity and responsiveness of nerve membranes, improve signal transmission between the brain and muscles, and reduce systemic inflammation that can impair nerve function. Think of it like this: your muscles are the car, but your nerves are the driver. Omega-3s help the driver stay alert and responsive, even as the road of aging gets bumpy. A 2021 study in nutritional neuroscience found that seniors who consumed just 1 tablespoon of chia seeds daily for 8 weeks experienced improvements in gait speed, neuromuscular control, and reflex response, without changing anything else in their routine. For older adults, that can mean the difference between catching yourself or falling. But omega-3s are just the beginning. Chia seeds are also a natural anti-inflammatory powerhouse. Rich in polyphenols and antioxidants, they help fight 3 major enemies of movement: joint swelling, muscle stiffness, tissue inflammation. These are the silent saboteurs behind that sluggish, heavy-legged feeling. Just ask Ronald, 79, a retired mailman from Oregon. For years, he lived with what he called the shuffle, a slow, cautious walk brought on by nerve-related foot pain and a feeling that his legs weren't connected to his brain anymore. Medications helped numb the pain but didn't fix the disconnect. Ronald wanted real change, so we took a different route. We focused on his micronutrients. The first change, just 1 tablespoon of chia seeds daily. He stirred them into oatmeal, blended them into smoothies, or soaked them overnight in almond milk. Within 3 weeks, something shifted. He told me, "I can actually feel my feet again." His gait became smoother, more confident. The calf pain that once flared during walks, nearly gone. He could pivot, balance, and climb stairs with ease. That's the often underestimated power of nerve nutrition. But chia seeds don't stop there. These tiny super seeds also deliver a host of other age-defying nutrients. White heavy check mark magnesium, critical for muscle relaxation, cramp prevention, and steady nerve impulses. White heavy check mark calcium supports bone density and posture stability. White heavy check mark fiber feeds the gut, improves digestion, and sustains energy. White heavy check mark plant-based protein, 4G preserving for steady muscle repair. White heavy check mark satiety effect expands in the stomach, promoting fullness and healthy weight. And here's a pro tip. For best results, hydrate your chia seeds. Soak them for 15 to 30 minutes in water or milk before eating. This activates the gel-like coating that makes them easier to digest and improves the absorption of all those precious nutrients. Especially important for seniors with slower digestion. Not sure how to get started? Try these easy ideas. Stir into Greek yogurt with cinnamon and walnuts. Blend into a spinach banana smoothie. Make chia pudding with almond milk, vanilla, and berries. Sprinkle over scrambled eggs or roasted veggies. Just 1 to 2 tablespoons per day can quietly upgrade your entire nervous system and your mobility. What makes chia seeds so unique is their 24-hour value. Unlike protein that's timed to meals, chia works silently in the background, supporting nerve signals, easing inflammation, and keeping your body's internal communication running smoothly. That's why I call them your silent protector. They're not flashy. They don't need to be cooked. They're just there, tiny, mighty, and absolutely game-changing. For many seniors, that daily tablespoon has been the difference between a cautious step and a confident stride, between avoiding stairs and climbing them freely. So if eggs fuel your morning and Greek yogurt restores you at night, then chia seeds are your all-day insurance policy, keeping your nerves sharp, your muscles responsive, and your balance grounded. And while you may not notice a dramatic change overnight, within weeks, you may realize something powerful. You're not just standing taller. You're trusting your legs again. Maybe you haven't noticed it yet, but something inside you is already beginning to shift. Because the moment you stop accepting weakness as a part of aging and start feeding your body with the materials it actually needs, you reclaim your power. Your muscles, they're not giving up. They've just been waiting for the right fuel. Your nerves, they're not broken. They're simply asking for support. Your legs, they're still capable of carrying you farther than you think. You just need to give them the right tools. So let's recap your new strategy. 3 foods, 1 purpose. Rebuild your strength from the inside out. Cooking eggs, your morning signal to grow stronger. Fuel your muscles right after waking. Bowl with spoon Greek yogurt, your nighttime repair system. Nourishes muscle and bone as you sleep. Seedling chia seeds, your 24-hour protector. Keeps your nerves sharp, joints calm, and movements steady. Combined, they form a simple, powerful foundation, not just to prevent muscle loss, but to restore control, balance, and confidence in your body. No powders, no pills, no gimmicks, just real food working with your biology. Not against it. And now imagine this. Just 6 weeks from today, you're standing from your chair without even thinking. You're walking across the room without wobbling. You're tying your shoes and standing up with ease. You're not just moving. You're moving forward, with control, clarity, and confidence. And if you're curious what happens when you combine these foods with one powerful 5-minute daily habit that activates deep muscle regeneration, stay tuned because your journey, it's only just begun.